Okay, so firstly, I just want to say anyone that decided to have any influence on where gold moved today, I hate you. So I just wanted to get that off my chest because anyway, you'll see in the next trading payout to £50 payout series. That's the one I was thinking of. But regardless, I don't want to spam you with that. So today we're going to be doing another episode of the month of backtesting because it's important to have both live trading and backtesting in the same channel. And I will do other videos as well, like at the weekend. But for now, this is what we're going to be doing. So let's go obviously onto the charts and begin the month of backtesting. Okay, so let's go to the session and press start. And let's continue. Remember, for this, we are testing if price closes above or below the wick, it then becomes invalid. So we're going to do to the 11th of October and see what happens. We're obviously nearing the end of the series, so let's see. So that is a break and close. So this is a valid trade, and we're going to go long here. New order, save. Now we have to change this. New order, save. Not again. I hate when it does this. But essentially we're looking for an entry like that, and we do get stopped out, and that is going to count as a loss. So that did break. And on to the next session. And let's see what happens. So that's another break above. And again, we are going to go long. There might be a common theme here on this this video, where we keep getting setups that then keep stopping us out. Now this is looking like an interesting setup, but we will see. It is valid. And it's now hit where we wanted to target, so that will be a no trade day. So we go to the next session. Here we go. Let's see. And we're gonna have no trade. Next session, or next day, sorry, I should say. And that will be a trade. I'm gonna go short here. If that wants to, there we go. We're tagged in, and that is a loss. Get rid of that because I keep clicking on it. So we're down to 10% on the year, which isn't terrible. That's beating market expectations, so can't be too mad about that. This is going to be a no trade. You could just tell quite quickly, I feel like, when there's going to be no trade. Like today, again, no trade. Next session, go away. Yeah, it makes it pretty easy to know. So that is going to be a trade. Let's see if we can get a trade here. Want to be careful we don't exceed 12, which we do, so that is no trade. Might have to do 2 months if this is a bit boring. I don't want to give you a boring video. Maybe they're all boring to you, who knows. So that is going to be a trade. That is a break and close below. So that to me is valid. We're tagged in. And this is going to be a loss probably. Yeah. You can tell when it doesn't then break below the low, it then becomes far riskier. So that's no trade. We go to the next session. And this is the good thing about backtesting. Obviously, you can see what it's like to have, you know, months like this where, for example, September has been a really bad month so far, with nothing really going in our favor, but that's okay. So this is a break of the low. However, this is not a break, so this will not be a valid thing if we look for a break and close below. But obviously for the video and for the strategy currently, we need to take it, because, well, at the moment the strategy incorporates both, but this is something that we could look to remove down the line. We have been tagged in now, so this will probably lose based on it. Okay, no, it won. So that is going to be interesting to see, because that did win, but it didn't break and close below this wick. So that will be interesting to see. But that's recovered a lot of September's damage, so, you know, we can't be too mad about that. And we might be able to do 2 months here. That's not a break, really. That is a break. So we can take this. But again, this is not broken up at the wick, so this will probably lose. But we will see. Tagged in, and that is going to be a loss, so put that on there, move, go to the next session and see what we get here. Okay, that is a break and close above. I hate these trades when they're this high in the range, because there's just no way that these normally work, but you do have to take them because of the strategy. That is just what the strategy is. So we're in it, and we do get stopped out. Not a surprise, you're buying quite high in the range there. Go to the next session. No break, and that's a no trade, and that is the end of September. So now what we need to do is work out the stats for September. Okay, so that is that month done. So you see, with just the wicks closing below, we lost 6%. No wick, we would have made 1%. We had a 0% win rate, and then we had a 33% win rate. With the whole strategy combined, we would have only lost 5%. So that's interesting to see. The key figure is going to be the total for the year. That's what really matters. But we're going to do October as well, or at least most of October, just to, you know, keep the video going for a bit more, as I know you guys like these. So let's see what happens. That's a no trade day. Then this is the second. This is probably going to be a no trade day as well. Yep. So the back end of 2025 was quite interesting. I remember it being pretty interesting, just because of like everything that was going on with, you know, Trump and the Fed and all of that. So it's not surprising that, you know, we're seeing market behave like this. It's not surprising at all, to be honest. But, you know, this, as I said, is the beauty of backtesting. You get to do all of this without, you know, risking any you know, real capital, which is the last thing you want to do, is risk your trades on real capital. You know, it's never a good thing. So this will probably lose, or maybe not. What news is that? We've got PMI. That's always an interesting one, but didn't really do anything there. But that did hit TP, so that was a close above as well. So that is the first win for October. So let's go to the next session and see what happens. This will probably buy to fill this range. It's normally what happens, but we'll see. So that's actually broken below the most recent Asia low. So we're gonna have to take a sell here due to it breaking below, like so. Tagged in, and this will probably lose as we fail to break that low. Yeah, so as I said, when it struggles to drop below this area, I know it did, but when it, you know, does that kind of movement, it's never always a good sign. Could be a room to take partials, but that's not something I've really tested before, so we're not going to be doing that at any point for now. So this is going to be a sell here, and this is all you need to do is just back test, you know, your strategy, see what it's like, see how it moves in certain market conditions, because that way you're kind of, you know, prepared for any situation. Let's just be careful of the time. Okay, yeah, so that's going to be no trade that day. Didn't quite get the entry there. Let's go to the next session. Probably no trade. Yep. But you can see how quickly you can notice if it's a no trade. So again, that's going to be no trade. Let's see. Yeah, that's no trade. October's been fun so far. Just about breaks it, so that is technically a valid trade. I don't know, sort of when it makes these weird breaks, it's not always a great setup, but we'll take it, and we're in. And that is a very annoying loss, as you can see. Not much you can do about that. But we're still up on the month. We're still up 1%, so that's absolutely fine. And once we've done this, we'll then do another backtesting series / episode around the results, and then trying to improve those, which will be good. So let's keep going. So that's a break and a close. Just that's not really a close below, but that is a trade that we have to take. I believe that should just be a market execution. Yeah, that is. So we will just market execute this and see. And that's another loss after breaking to the downside. So pretty typical stuff there, but there we go. We'll do one more trade and then assess where we're at. We could do a little checker or something. So that is a break and close above. We're tagged in, and that's TP hit, which is good to see. Let me just copy that. That was a break above. So if we just quickly look at where we're at on the account. So 2025, as you see, September was a rough month. We're up 3% in October, 13% for the year. But obviously that's going to look very different when we incorporate this data. So if I do a quick total now and just work out for you. Okay, so just done some quick math. This isn't including October. Obviously October we're currently up 6, 5, 4. So we're currently up 4% on October. So this would actually be 18%. And the normal one would be 3, 6, 5, 3. Yeah, so that's 3%. So this would actually be 14. Yeah, so as you can see, just this year, using only structure that breaks and closes above the wick, we would be up an extra 4% compared to the normal strategy that we do. So what I can see there is over a year, that's 4% gain / saved, as opposed to just trading the strategy normally, which is an interesting thing to see. Obviously the year's not done yet, so this could change, but it's interesting to see. It is interesting to see, and we can, do other data analysis around that as well, which is why I'm doing this data collection. But hopefully, that has been useful to see again and see how I backtest certain things and backtest certain strategies. So ultimately, I hope you enjoyed this video. Tomorrow will be a live trading one from today. I won't spoil what happened, but as I said, whoever makes gold, stuff you. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I will see you in the next one.